Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today with me is Nuzla aka Hijabi Journalist to model for me on how to achieve easy steps, beginners friendly for smoky eyes. Stay tuned and come along with me. After cleansing her skin, I'm starting off using Garnier Balm Super Hydrating Anti-Fatigue Face Sheet Mask. This will help plump, hydrate, remove dullness on her skin, brighten and hydrate the areas that it needs the most. Good makeup begins with good skincare, guys. If you want your makeup to last longer, look flawless, and kuifanya your face to look awakened and lifted, make sure you never miss your skincare steps. And look at how, mashallah, she's looking so glowy, brightened. Even the dullness that was on her face is all gone. She was all smiles when she saw herself. So face sheet yasaidia sana plump the skin, hydrate, remove dullness. There are different types. Kuna different brands, kuna different types. If you can't afford expensive, there are cheaper options. But a serum is something that I truly love to add into my bridal prep skin. So stay tuned, guys, and make sure to massage it for the serum to sink in. As you can see, the serum is fully absorbed, and I decided to do one eye off camera so as not to waste time and have the idea of her eye shape na what shades I'm going to use. So I did one eye off camera and I used Maybelline gel liner as my cream base, kwa sababu ukiwa wataka eyeshadow yako, any smoky eyeshadow pop more, you need pigment. The eyeshadow will grab on better na pigment itaonyesha zaidi ikiwa umetumia cream base. Na cream base better use ni nini? The gel liner, kwa sababu tayari zenyewe ziko pigmented. So I'm packing the gel liner with a flat brush. As you can see, I'm just packing it and diffusing it pole pole nikipanda juu. Alafu I switch to the brush, a fluffier flat brush, making sure the edges are blended, kusiwe na any harsh line. Because if you're going to leave it dry down, ndo mstari utabakia vile vile wa black. So make sure you blend to remove that harsh line. And now I'm packing the matte black eyeshadow. You can use any matte black eyeshadow to set the gel liner. When you're setting the base, make sure you're using the tapping method, yani usi blend, kwa sababu ukiblend utatempa ile base yako alafu itakuwa patchy, yani kwingine itakuwa gel liner iko, kwingine itakuwa imove. So what you do is drag it down pole pole, ukidrag huku make sure I diffuse. And to diffuse the edges, I'm going to use the two dark browns from the Jaclyn Hill Volume 1 palette, and later use the burnt orange and mustard shade to blend and yani iwe transition yangu. And kama munavyoona na blend pole pole above the black, because nataka kuhakikisha kuwa hakutokuwa na mstari hash. So how to do it is blend between the dark brown make sure yaingia mpaka kwenye black. That's how I'm going to achieve yani a blended eyeshadow that hakutokuwa na mistari. The trick is to make sure kutakuwa hakuna any harsh lines. So you go back and forth blending katika kila color, yani ile the transition shade, the dark browns na the black, you go back. As umeona mwanzo nimeanza na transition kisha nikaregea kwa dark brown na sasa na pack black, to make sure baina hizi colors hakutokuwa na mistari. This is the simplest way to achieve a black smoky eye, even for beginners. Because if you're going to start with transition, then dark brown, then the cream base, then black, sometimes I feel like yawa a tricky. A tip for you guys, if wataka under eye yako ionekane kama ulotumia filter, use the same brush ambao utapakia eye cream yako to blend your concealer. This way, ile concealer na eye cream itachanganyika, you get a filtered effect na flawless under eye. And to moisturize her skin, natumia Embryolisse Light Cream Concentrate. Kisha nimeipa time kusink in na kuprime, natumia Rimmel London Lasting Finish Primer. This works for dry skin, manake yawacha a dewy, hydrating, radiant finish that I enjoy. So if you want affordable primer, get this. And I'm working it in using my fingers to make sure na push in iwe hydrated. My girl was a whole vibe, mashallah, mashallah. Nuzla, I truly enjoyed your company. Yani she was a whole vibe, I tell you. Don't forget to massage your primer to make sure ya sink in kwenye skin yake. And for foundation, nimetumia Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Honey, if I'm not wrong. And I'm using a damp beauty blender to blend it in. To conceal and highlight the center of her face, nimetumia Kat Von D Lock It concealer in the shade M27, and I'm using the same brush that natumia kupaka eye cream yake. As I told you earlier, this will help the concealer melt into the skin, manake ile brush tayari bado ina ile eye cream. So when you blend them together, yasaidia to have that yani flawless under eye. This is especially for watu wenye dry under eye, wenye wrinkles, ama watu wenye puffy eyes. Like hata ukimpaka concealer waona bado ya kakeki under eye, try using the same brush ambayo umepakia eye cream to use to blend the concealer. So look for a fluffy yani concealer brush ambayo itasaidia wakati utaka kublend ile concealer. By the way, I forgot to mention the brush ni from Real Technique. It's the concealer brush yaja kwenye set ya face brushes. I enjoy that brush a lot because it's so easy to work with. You can use any brush ambao uko yani ushaizoea. Like I said, there's no rules to how you work. It's how you're comfortable. Now I'm bronzing her face using the Glam Bronzer from Morphe, using a Morphe brush. I'm now using my beauty blender, and this is the Real Technique beauty blender, to make sure hakuna any crease lines under eye yake, kwa sababu nimetumia brush so far peke yake kublend the concealer. So I go back with a beauty blender to make sure it's flawless na hakuna any creasing. Alafu I'm taking the back of the beauty blender to make sure baina ya contour na concealer hakuna any, sorry, it's not contour, it's bronzer. Between the bronzer and the concealer there's no harsh line. This way you make sure the concealer and bronzer melt together, since the beauty blender tayari ina traces of foundation. I love to start off with cream blush to make sure yani blush yake itaka for so long, because you know the first thing that disappears on the face is the blusher. I don't know if majority of you have noticed that. So if you want your blusher to last long, make sure you use a cream blush. And to do so, I'm using Sephora S Clean cream blush that I truly enjoy using, because yani in a velvet finish that you can even use without kujipaka makeup. If you just want that blushy yani flushed face, if you're going out without using makeup ama foundation, yani nahisi ya dry matte, yani ya dry very nicely. So get this, and I got this from Asmini Beauty on Instagram. I guess today's video has so many tips for you guys. If you want your makeup to last long and look like skin, before setting anything with powder, use your makeup fixer on all over the face and set it in using your beauty blender. Then set with the translucent powder. This way, whatever foundation kama ilikuwa insimama mahali nyingi ama concealer ilikuwa haijablendika, with that makeup fixer yani ukidapen your face yasaidia ku melt everything together. So that's another tip for you guys. I think you all know by now what setting powder I'm using. Yes, it's the One Size Ultimate setting powder, blurring setting powder. And making sure there's no crease line under eye before I set. And I'm using my triangle buffing sponge, to make sure there are no crease lines, and I'm pushing it in. Another tip, do not swipe when you're setting the under eye. Make sure you push it in so as to yani uset pale mahali wataka kuset, not dragging motion. If you drag, yani ukifanya ile dragging motion, it tends to remove the makeup from the place. So make sure you push it in, and you can see mashallah by now how she's looking. And I'm setting the rest of the face using the same powder, lakini natumia na fluffy brush from BH Cosmetics. And to set her blusher, natumia NARS Orgasm X blusher. This blusher has some gold reflex ama nitasema gold pigments in it, so when yani akigeuka somehow it looks shimmery but still diffused. Yani as you can see how she's turning and see how it's showing. This has to be one of blusher that I usually go back to purchase. I think nishamaliza 4 pans, and I'm not meaning the small pan, I mean the big pans. Nishatumia 4. That's how much I love this color. Alafu nimetumia Milani Make It Last original setting spray to make sure everything is diluted and flawless. I'm now setting her under eye, and I'm going to use the same technique that I used on her lid, starting off with the black eyeshadow, and I'm going with the brown dark, and then I'm going with the nude. To highlight the center of her face, natumia MAC Hyper Real Glow Highlighter Palette. And I'm highlighting her inner corner and eyebrow bone to make the eyes pop more, because since the eyes are matte na I like to add highlighter kwenye inner corner na eyebrow bone. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Mascara to set her eyelashes, and natumia the disposable wand to set them zote juu na chini, alafu I'm gonna add my falsies. On her lips, I used the Gerard Cosmetics Hydra Matte shade 1955 and topped it with the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. This is what we've achieved, guys. Stay tuned for the finished look and hope you enjoyed by this far. Thank you so much, Nuzla. I truly appreciate your company and you supporting my YouTube channel. Truly, it was an honor to have you on my seat, and I pray nothing but the best for you. If you have reached this far with me, guys, thank you so much. I truly appreciate your support. Kindly, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, and like my work. And don't forget to keep your notification bell on so you get notified each time I upload my YouTube video.